Let's begin with a simple but powerful truth. Your current life is the direct result of every choice you've made, both large and small. It's shaped not just by monumental decisions like where you went to college or who you chose as a life partner, but also by the subtler everyday moments. What you decided to prioritize this morning, what you avoided, what you pushed to tomorrow. The accumulation of these micro decisions weaves the fabric of our present reality. And embedded within each of these decisions is an often overlooked fact. Every choice comes with a cost. Whether we're aware of it or not, we are constantly exchanging something. Our time, our energy, our peace of mind, or even our relationships, for every yes we offer. This trade-off is the invisible currency of life. From a young age, most of us are conditioned to seek the best decision, the optimal career, the ideal partner, the perfect version of success. But what we're not taught often enough is that there is no perfect choice. Instead, there are only different sets of trade-offs. Some you can see clearly, others you'll only recognize years later. But they're always there. If we fail to acknowledge and accept this, we become stuck, either paralyzed by indecision, resentful of past mistakes, or trapped in a cycle of regret. Because in chasing the fantasy of perfection, we overlook the reality of consequence. The illusion of easy choices is a dangerous one. The truth is, most decisions that feel effortless aren't really decisions at all. They're no-brainers. If someone offered you $1 million with no strings attached, you wouldn't deliberate for long. You'd just take it. But real choices, the ones that actually shape our lives, come with sacrifice. They ask us to give something up. Take financial freedom, for example. The road to true independence requires years of disciplined behavior. You delay gratification, you cut expenses, you skip some pleasures your peers indulge in. It's hard. But living paycheck to paycheck is also hard. The stress of making rent, the fear of surprise bills, the sense of stagnation, all of these are heavy burdens. So in the end, you're not choosing between hard and easy. You're choosing between two types of hard. Either you suffer now through restraint and structure, or you suffer later through instability and stress. But you will pay a price. The only question is which form of hardship aligns with your goals. This same truth shows up in other areas of life, relationships, for instance. Singleness is tough. In a society that celebrates companionship and love stories, being alone can feel isolating. It's not just the lack of someone to share joy with, but the absence of a partner during life's low points, illness, loss, or personal failure, that makes solitude so deeply felt. Yet committing to a long-term relationship or raising a family is no walk in the park either. It demands compromise. You sacrifice freedom. Your time isn't your own. You navigate conflict, exhaustion, and shared responsibilities. Neither path is without difficulty. So again, the question isn't which one is easy, but which challenge am I willing to embrace based on the life I want to build? One of the greatest obstacles to happiness in modern life isn't necessarily making bad decisions. It's the constant yearning for the option we didn't choose. We live in an era that makes it dangerously easy to compare. Social media is a highlight reel of lives we didn't pick. You choose to stay single, and suddenly every friend's wedding post makes you question yourself. You choose stability, and Instagram feeds you photos of people living their dream out of a van in the Rockies. You start a family and wonder what it might have been like to remain untethered. This ping-pong game between our reality and imagined alternatives steals our ability to find joy in what we have. The truth is, every yes means a no to something else. But that's not a failure. It's simply the math of decision-making. If we keep fixating on what we gave up, we'll never fully inhabit what we've gained. The solution isn't to settle, but to commit, to see the path you chose as valid, and to walk it with presence. In the face of so many choices, many of us fall into a dangerous loop of overthinking. Today's world offers more freedom than ever before, but it comes at the cost of mental fatigue. Want to watch something on Netflix? You'll scroll for half an hour. Want to grab takeout? You'll sift through hundreds of restaurants. This might sound trivial, but it mirrors how we approach bigger decisions. We start down one path, then second-guess ourselves. We ask, did I make a mistake? Should I switch? Is there something better? This constant pivoting kills momentum. It's like walking in circles with a compass that never stops spinning. What if instead we flipped the pattern? What if we spent more time up front evaluating a decision, its risks, its trade-offs, its long-term implications, and then once chosen, we stayed the course? Not stubbornly, but intentionally. Even if the outcome isn't perfect, we would at least gain experience, growth, and a sense of progress. That's how people build lives they're proud of, not by being right all the time, but by choosing, learning, adjusting, and continuing forward. Another common trap we fall into is outsourcing our decisions to others. It might start with good intentions. We ask for advice. We defer to people we admire. Sometimes we even let loved ones decide for us because we trust them. But the truth remains. No one else lives with the consequences of your decisions but you. Your parents won't feel the burnout if you pick the wrong job. Your friends won't deal with the regret if you enter the wrong relationship. And your mentor won't be the one waking up each day in a life that doesn't fit. So while it's wise to seek input, it's dangerous to hand over the wheel. Listening is not the same as abdicating. In the end, only you can know what matters most to you. And only through your own choices, right or wrong, can you gather the experience that leads to wisdom. Speaking of mistakes, let's address a universal truth. You will mess up. It's not a matter of if, but when. And that's not something to fear, it's something to expect. Mistakes are part of the tuition we pay for a real education. Books, podcasts, advice, they can only take you so far. The most powerful lessons in life come from the moments when things didn't go as planned, when you took a wrong turn, faced the fallout, and emerged with clarity you couldn't have gained otherwise. That's how confidence is forged, not by avoiding failure, but by moving through it, owning it, and coming out stronger on the other side. What a shame it would be to pay the price of a mistake, emotionally, mentally, even financially, and not harvest the lesson it was trying to teach. And here's something subtle but crucial. Refusing to make a decision is, in itself, a decision. Imagine you're driving toward an obstacle in the road. You can turn left, turn right, or hit the brakes. But if you do nothing, the outcome is clear. You crash. The same holds true in life. Ignoring a toxic relationship, avoiding a doctor's visit, putting off a tough conversation, these are decisions, whether we admit it or not. And they carry consequences. Often, indecision brings worse outcomes than simply choosing poorly and course-correcting later. Fear convinces us that doing nothing protects us. But in reality, it quietly shapes our lives in ways we don't recognize until it's too late. So where does all this lead? To a freeing, if slightly uncomfortable, conclusion. You will not always make the right choice. There will be decisions you wish you hadn't made. There will be paths you sometimes regret. There will be consequences you didn't anticipate. And that's okay, because perfection is not the point. Progress is. You are not a machine designed to optimize every move. You are a human being, flawed, learning, evolving. And often, the most beautiful parts of your journey will come from the detours, the unexpected turns that teach you something new about who you are. So stop chasing flawless decisions. Instead, chase the decision you're willing to own, to grow through, to stand by, even when it gets tough. That's where real growth happens. That's how a meaningful life is built. One imperfect, intentional choice at a time. I hope you found this video helpful. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to hit the like button. It might seem like a small thing, but because of how the YouTube algorithm works, videos with more likes tend to get shown to more people. So your like really helps this video reach others who might need it too. And if you find my content valuable, consider subscribing. It really helps more people discover it. Thanks for watching, and I wish you and your family good health and peace. See you in the next video.